and Tony, Matt Bishop, Slam Wrestling. So the Briscoes had obligations with Impact tonight as well. Did that, not to throw the phrase, but did that impact how you formatted the show tonight?
No, because I thought it was obviously going to be a great match, and I also thought that it made a lot of sense for a lot of reasons. If you look at how everything was formatted, it's for a bunch of reasons, and I just thought it was like there's no one reason you do things sometimes when you're putting formats together, but tonight was a little different because I had 2 shows on. So I thought it would be, if you look, Swerve was the first thing on the pay-per-view, and he's the last thing on Rampage. Young Bucks were out, and then the way it went, they were on, not long after that, they were on Rampage, and and if for the, they referenced it on, they never said it because I didn't want to spoil on Rampage what happened. So we didn't say it was for the Ring of Honor belts. We said it was for the AAA belts. But what they say, if you watch their promo on Rampage, is like, by now, everyone knows we accepted your challenge. So it didn't really spoil the pay-per-view for anyone that was DVRing it, but it was like, if you watch both, it was a little bit of a Rick Rude, 2 places, 1 night moment for them and for Swerve. And yeah, I mean, it's, it's, I don't know. Having gone through it, like having been through this, when I from like the beginning to the end, it's probably one of the more surreal experiences I've ever had in pro wrestling, because I've never been unfamiliar in my own company with some things and some people before. Like we all started from scratch together, and to come into something new and like meet new people, it was really different. But what was your question again, man? No, seriously, come on. That
was with the Briscoes.
Yeah, okay. So, so the deal was, with Joe coming, again, this is also surreal, and like talking about it, and like I've never had to deal with this with people having like bookings on other stuff, and like it didn't really play into it because I think they were on last. Aren't they on last on the other show anyway? I think. So I think it could have gone on that, but I also thought that like with Joe coming, it made a lot of sense. And it wasn't just Joe, but we did so much at the end of the show. Like, you saw so many things, like the relationship between Gresham and Lethal, the tag team champions for a long time, and the mentor-protege relationship they have, something that came to light at the end of Final Battle, and also at Death Before Dishonor, with Moriarty and Lethal. And to have Moriarty out there after that, when the moment with Gresham and Lethal breaks down, Sanjay getting involved. If you know Sanjay and Jay well, they're best friends. Sanjay and Jay Lethal are best friends for 20 years. And so I know how the kind of chemistry they have. I think there's a great thing brewing there. And then to have them out there with Gresham and Lethal and Moriarty and Sanjay, and then to have Samoa Joe show up, I thought it was a really powerful moment, and it did a lot of things. So did what we did at the end of Briscoes and FTR. But I also thought it would be a great thing to have the Undisputed title match on last, and it worked out well for everybody. So their schedule and their other bookings, I mean, they're the Ring of Honor champions coming into tonight, so I think that was what everybody's concern was first and foremost. And whatever ends up happening tonight, I wish them the best in the match. I think they're wrestling the Good Brothers, I believe, who are also great people. And I wish all 4 guys the best, but I don't think that was the big concern of what we were doing. I think they wanted to have a great match with FTR they've been looking forward to, and that was their focus. And for me, I wanted to make sure that went on and probably in the right timing. And then we had great stuff after that with Suzuki winning his first American Championship versus Rhett Titus, who's been so important here to Ring of Honor, with, of course, Wheeler Yuta winning the Pure title, and then announcing after all this time and the big week he had with the match with Bryan Danielson, the Wheeler Yuta's All Elite, and of course that great main event in Samoa Joe. So I thought the way it all flowed was probably perfect. So them having the other bookings wasn't what it was about, really. It was probably about the flow of the show and everything tonight in this crazy universe. So going back to when I took myself off track, because I was thinking about what a crazy, surreal night it is, because like there's never been so many moving pieces. And like when you asked me before about like the pressure and how do I feel about that, and like it felt like a huge amount of pressure's off because it was doing something we've never done and we did it. So that's always really cool. Thank you guys for this. I really appreciate you all being here, and it was because of you guys and ladies and everybody here that the show was such a great success, and you're all awesome. And I know everybody in the room loves pro wrestling, and that makes me feel really good about it. So thank you.
Thank you.